Welcome, 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 welcome. Another episode of our pod, the Football Fantasy Pod. This week, new guest on the show. Before I introduce the guest, if you're here, you're watching this, please, please, and please subscribe, like, share. It's Footy Fantasy uh, on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to it, like, share, subscribe. Uh, Let me introduce our guest. From my right, Chelsea fan. Right, you're a Chelsea fan, Tolu.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Chelsea
That's
fan,
fine.
Tolu. First time on the pod. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you
Absolutely.
here.
Sure.
Um, Next returning guest, Ovi, Arsenal fan. Their chest is out now, just a little bit. But we're going to make sure during El Twitter call, like I try to call it a Twitter call. It's the Twitter classic, it's social media classic on Thursday. Man United Arsenal, two former great
Uh,
teams, but now they're like it's just for Twitter banter.
for
Thanks
now,
for
at
joining,
least.
Obi.
Yeah, thanks again for having me here.
Your favorite rant man, is here. I'm sure he's happy. The end of the Ole neo-sexualism is over now. Finally.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Of course, I'm just going to dive right in. All right. Chelsea Man United game ended 1-1 at the bridge. I'm going to review it. We'll let Tolu go in. Tolu, just tell us, let's just dive right in. Thoughts about the game, man of the match. How do you think the game went, in your opinion? Just
Yeah. So let me just run through the stats real quick. Shots on target, 24 for Chelsea, six on target, 66% possession for United, three shots, two on target, one goal, 34%. We had 15 corner kicks to their one. We had quite a few chances to put the game away. We did not take those chances. In the first half, Hudson Odoi had a great chance, opportunity, to score. We never really left second or third gear today out of like six gears. We never really stepped it up. And I thought that because United were still vulnerable from firing Ole and losing last week to Watford, that we would be able to take that step and put the game to bed. But unfortunately we didn't, and obviously we it showed for when they scored that goal. And credit to Jaden Sancho for taking his opportunity and scoring. And very very poor on Jorginho. Like I really thought he should have either done two things: either have chested it down and then cleared it away, or just take a swing at it and just knock it anywhere, because those two guys, Sancho and I don't know if it was Ronaldo or Rashford, were
Rashford.
coming. Yeah, they were coming towards him. So he should have known better than to try and just, because what I think he was trying to do was that he was trying to take it down on his leg and then play it right back in for one of the players to attack it. But again, it looked like he miscalculated, and obviously there was nothing Mendy could do about it anyways. Very unfortunate. I still think Chelsea defensively are very very top notch. We're not letting in a lot of goals, but obviously the rare instance of today, like I said, um, fair play. Jorginho did um, make amends by scoring the penalty, and then we had the opportunity to finished the game at the end, right at the end, with
yeah.
Rudiger. And just one other thing, I like how Rudiger and Chalobah are always like pressing forward, so they're always driving forward. And we know that Rudiger is a great passer, and so is Chalobah. But again, like I said, fair play to them, to United today. Very disappointed, but we'll take the point and we move.
Okay. Okay. Good thoughts. Okay, Kwame, from a United point of view, how did you see the game?
Yeah. Like I was telling before went live, I wasn't confident at all going into this game for good reason as well. I predicted a 3-0 loss, and that's just because look, Chelsea hasn't conceded. Well, they've conceded only 4 goals this season, right? 2 of them were penalties. 1 was a set piece, and 1 was from open play. I did not see United scoring at all today. And our defense, again, I didn't trust it to hold Chelsea. And Chelsea played like they had no respect for Manchester United. Again, rightly so, right? Like I didn't the way Rudiger and Chalobah just like kept pushing up, you would think they were attacking midfielders. Like Rudiger's average position was left attacking mid, right? And Reece James, I didn't even see that guy defend at all today. Same thing with Marcos Alonso. And the only time I saw the color of Mendy's jersey was when we scored, right? I didn't know what color Mendy's jersey was because we didn't even see that side of the field.
Yeah.
So again, Manchester United, we need serious surgery. We need serious surgery in that team. Nothing. The only good thing I can point out today it was that look, our defense looked better than it's looked in the last 2 months, and that's because of Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof, and the McFrettich sandwich, the triple stacker sandwich in front of. Yeah, right. So we have. And Lindelof and Bailly looked good. Lindelof and Bailly looked good because again they're quicker than Maguire.
Yeah.
Right? I was listening to Ralf Ragnick and he said he likes quick players, players who are quick on their feet. And if they're not quick on their feet, they're gonna be quick up here. Yeah. Maguire is neither. Right? Maguire is not. Bro, I don't even know if he uses up here, let alone being quick up here. And his feet is dead. So what today has told me is that he should not be close to that defense any longer. Okay. He should not play football in that defense any longer. The combination of McTominay, Fred, and Matic, I thought it worked today. I don't trust it going forward. All right. This guy played a back 7.
Exactly, he did.
7-3, So today was one-off. I think we were lucky more than anything else. Chelsea just didn't finish their dinner properly. Yeah. But going forward, Ragnick has a lot of surgery to do.
I absolutely agree. Ovie, Mr. Arsenal, from an outside looking in, what are your thoughts about today's game? Oh, we cannot hear you, Ovie.
I think okay. For Man U, they have to be happy with the result.
They're breaking in and out.
Can you hear me now?
They're cutting in and out. You want to try without your headphones? I think your Wi-Fi.
Hear me?
We can.
Yeah, it's very choppy. Yeah, it's kind of choppy, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's choppy. Do you want to try maybe logging in on your phone?
Okay, let me try this.
Or use a direct link to it.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, just go ahead. Say your point.
Okay, so let me try.
Yeah, I think it's best you either jump back out, jump back in with like your phone or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy for Man U. They can't complain with the game. I mean, the way the lineup was set up. I mean, there was nothing.
Let him hop out and hop back in.
Yeah.
And then, Matt, can I just say one other thing real quickly while we wait for Ovi to jump back in? Obviously, United would be very okay with the point, and rightly so. And I think Chelsea would be very obviously disappointed. Obviously, that was our game to take, and we should have been able to take that.
All right. Can you guys hear me now?
Perfect.
Okay. Sorry, I have to switch my phone.
Yeah. Do you mind flipping your phone like vertical? Perfect.
All right.
Okay. So you can see your point now. Sorry, Tolu.
Yeah.
No, wait, yeah.
So did you guys hear anything I said or everything?
No,
was-
Nah.
just running back.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was like, for Man U, I think it's a good game, good result, because from the lineup, I mean, it pretty much was clear what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Just trying not to lose the game,
Yeah.
and which is where they are at this point. I mean, when was there this season, we thought they were going to be a big four, and everybody was fighting for everything else. But it's pretty clear over the past few weeks that maybe there is a big three, and every other person is fighting for the other spot. So for Man U against Chelsea away from home, I think they set up the right way. They got the right result. They scored first, which is very important. So good result for them. They defended a lot. Like the back seven, you can't complain. It will get better because their confidence is low. So obviously there's a better team in there, but sometimes you just need to just put in those foundations for the building blocks. And over time, you can now start to play expressive football. For now, for this game, perfect. Let the new man come in, let him decide how he wants to set up his team, and then they'll be fine. But Carrick, I think so far so good for him. He'll be ready, and maybe in the future they might consider him. But I think for Man U, they did well. They did what they could. Chelsea obviously had out most of the attacking moments, but at the end of the day, 1-1 is a good result for Man United.
Okay. Tolu, your point. Let's run back to your point.
Yeah, I was just saying that United would be very happy with the point they got today. Obviously, as Ovi stated, their goal was to not concede, but if concede, obviously get a draw, in which they did. And like I said, they'll be happier. Obviously, Chelsea, this would be points lost because again, we on paper, right? All the pundits would have said, yeah, Chelsea would be taking this game 2-1, 3-1, something like that. Obviously, we didn't take our chances again, but I just felt like obviously that's definitely a point lost, 2 points lost for Chelsea, and for United, they're very, very, very much. I agree. They'll be very happy with that point away from home. So,
okay. My quick thoughts. I think everybody has kind of touched on my quick thoughts. I'm of the opinion that you cannot draw too many conclusions from this game. That's kind of how I feel. I say this because of exactly like we played the back seven, and when Oga Kwame mentioned about like, oh, this shows that Bayi should be starting, I'm not sure because again I cannot draw too many conclusions. We literally had no half space. There was no half space. It was like 7 people in a line at every point in time. Defenders you can easily defend when there's like multiple bodies in front of them. All the space they have to defend is compressed to the very minimum. So that's why I say I cannot draw too many conclusions of this game. It's one of those games that Hudson-Odoi, first 4 minutes, puts one that chance away. That was an easy chance. If that was Sancho, that's a goal. Like any level of clinical striker puts that away.
Yeah.
He had like 2 chances like that. ZH had 1 chance for a goal. Timo Werner, they had chance after chance. It's one of those games like we're lucky. I looked at the numbers behind. It was like 3.0 XG for Chelsea. United was like 0.82. Like this is one of those games that you cannot draw any conclusions. If anybody thinks this is how we're going to play going forward, this is not a template to play. This is how we play from Arsenal till like March. We have like teams that we should be beating that we play now. That's what will tell me where we are right now. This is one of those games like take the point, move on, no conclusions. Don't know if we are going to play like this. I don't know if we're going to press like this. Like I don't know what this game doesn't tell me anything.
Bro, there was no pressing today.
Yeah.
You know what I said about pressing in the group chat. I'm not gonna say what I said about pressing in the group chat.
I know, yeah. Like, we are tempted to press. We are tempted to.
Right.
But
do you see? But would you bring Maguire back though? Seeing what you saw today, that's the conclusion I drew today. Maguire should never touch this team.
Again,
he's coming back. He's going to come back.
No. It's not a matter of if he will. I know he will. But would you bring him back?
If I was
sorry, like I just said that you can't really draw the conclusion from this game because the game was back 7. Well, you can't play back 7 every game.
Correct.
So
that's
how,
my point.
I mean, until you see them in a back 4 regular game, and then you cannot judge.
But my point though is there were individual situations right?
Yep.
There were individual situations where the individual attribute of a particular player showed.
Yep.
Right. And if it had been Maguire in that situation, it would have been a different story. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's fair. That's a fair point. This is my opinion. New manager, new interim manager, clean slate. Everybody gets a clean slate, right? Because the story around United for the past 3 years has been bad coaching. And I agree. But just like I was saying on our group chat yesterday, I feel like as United fans, we've used bad coaching to hide some players, right? Like there's assumption that it's going to be like a Tuchel effect. Boom, Tuchel comes in, everybody's like, let's remember, since Tuchel has come in, Ziyech has not really done anything. Maybe past 2-3 games. We're not seeing anything from Ziyech. The point I'm trying, there's some players that people were saying bad coaching under Lampard. Tuchel has come in, nothing has changed. Ziyech number one. That's the one person I said I'm not seeing any.
But every other player,
correct. Yes.
Rudiger and Aspilicueta were not smelling the team under Lampard.
Correct. I know. I'm just saying we are going to find out very quickly that there are some players in our team that people have been hiding under bad coaching, because I can sense it. I've been watching them. I can sense it. Like there's some things like you just said, pointing out individual attributes that I've been seeing now in the Manchester United team where I strongly feel that we have too many one-dimensional players. We have too many one-dimensional players who are great.
Are you talking about Wan-Bissaka?
There are many of them. Wan-Bissaka is there. Wan-Bissaka is right there. I agree. Wan-Bissaka. We have too many players that are great at one thing, but they are bang average at so many other things, and that is going to be highlighted very, very, very quickly. That's just my opinion, and that's what I think about it. Let's move on from that. Who was man of the match? Tolu, who do you think was man of the match?
Wow. I don't know. I'd say up in the air. Maybe I don't know. I'd give it to Sancho. Maybe. Tell you the truth, because honestly, I didn't see any big thing that any Chelsea player did today. Like we lost so many chances, but the fact that Sancho took that one chance and put it away, and that gave United a spark, and they, did a lot of pressing, and even into the second half, they started playing pretty well, and they got, some of their mojo back. So I think that goal really sparked the United team, even the bench, because Ronaldo was, celebrating with the group. So I don't know. I'll give it to Sancho, because clearly I didn't see anything that Chelsea players really did. I don't think any Chelsea players stood out. But like I said, honestly, it was an average game for everybody across the board. But just the fact that Sancho knew how, and he took his chance. He saw that there was probably going to be that opportunity, and he took it. And Jorginho made his mistake. So like I said, I'd give it to Sancho, honestly. Okay. And I've criticized Sancho. Internally saying, I'm not seeing the hype on the amount of money United spent on him, but obviously he did, put in, the dividends, the dividends, going in, today as out of that goal. So like I think I give him man of the match. And that's very rarely, but like I don't see anybody else taking, so I'll give it to Sancho.
Ole tax. I'm going to say about Sancho is Ole tax. That's what we call it. Yeah. That's the one person you can see since the last couple of games. He stepped up. First comment from Johanu. I think you're saying Matic is the man of the match. Thank you for the comment.
Okay.
Fair shout. Oga Kwame, who's your man of the match?
For United?
Just generally. Overall. Not just
the whole game?
Yeah.
I'm going to say David De Gea again. I mean, if you need your money to be saved, just put in De Gea savings bank, because the guy will save anything.
That's true. Those chances, I forget that. Yeah, it seems like
that David De Gea. And on for Chelsea, I think Hudson-Odoi was the best player.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, I changed my mind. Rudiger. I will say Rudiger.
Rudiger. Okay.
Yeah.
Ovie. Yeah, like I said, I mean, Man U will be the happier team. So obviously they set out to defend, and of course they did what they had to do. So of course I'll go with De Gea. So he does what he has to do. He's rejuvenated, and it's good to see. We all had worries about him a few years ago, but it looks like he's back to his old best. I know some people. I've seen somebody saying McFred.
No, it's McFetich.
Okay, all three of them. McFred.
So saying all three of them all together.
Okay. Triple sandwich.
It's a
Triple
triple,
burger
it's a
sandwich.
triple
If
stack sandwich.
they're considering all three as one, maybe then. But I think also Bay, because I mean he hasn't got too many opportunities. He finally had some. I mean, he's
Yeah.
picking up some games now, so I
Yeah.
like when he's there. The only problem I have with him is sometimes he's a little rash, but other than that, he's a very physical, strong defender. So I like him too. But yeah, I'll say the hair. The hair is
Okay.
very good.
I think I'll go with either him or Lindelof. I think Lindelof made some important blocks, interception, positioning, some important. It wasn't a great game, so anybody could be man of the match in my opinion. Nobody stood out. It was a scrappy game. It was a super scrappy game.
Even the ref was trying to be man of the match too. Left and right.
Yeah, it's a scrappy game, very scrappy. All out there, he says McFred teach. Yes, so that's the new word of the day. Let's move on to Arsenal. It's a good segue to Arsenal. That's why I brought my friend Ovi here, diehard Guna. So Ovi, Arsenal. The quick question I'm going to ask you: is this can we believe this surge up the table, this hype? Because typical Arsenal, right? Oh, 10 game unbeaten. They get blown away by Liverpool 4-0 easily last week. Normal Arsenal, typical Arsenal. That kind of game is a game where they hit a patch. They either they play Newcastle, they draw, or they drop points, or they lose. But it looks like they come back, they bounce back, they dispatch Newcastle easily. I think that's an easy game for them. So, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's difficult to say this is Arsenal ready for top four.
Okay.
Or I mean, it's difficult to say that because it's just one game. But what I would say is, I mean, the building blocks are there. You can see what they're trying to do. I like what they're trying to do. I like the way the team is. I like the way what I'm hearing from the manager. I'm even liking what I'm hearing from the owners. So overall, most Arsenal fans are in a good place. We obviously cannot. Anybody who's saying Arsenal going to win the league is definitely being overly optimistic for now. Top four is going to be a challenge, but it's possible. Ideally, what you see them doing is finishing top six. In my opinion, Arsenal is the fifth best team in the league. They've just considered that's my opinion. I feel like they have a better team than Spurs overall. Spurs have a couple of players that are better than probably everybody in Arsenal. But overall, as a team, considering what Arsenal spent in the summer, I always felt anything below, and I said this even when we lost to Man City, I was like, anything below sixth place for me is a failure. It's as simple as that. So I feel like it's difficult to tell. One thing I would say is that, like you said, rightfully, again, after being trashed by Liverpool, they were able to bounce back against Newcastle. Because in previous seasons, the Newcastle match had probably ended in a draw, or maybe even another loss. But it's good that they were able to win and at least show that maybe there's some growth. It's a very young team, I think the youngest in the league this season. So there's a lot of upside. What I would say is that Alada is beginning to make some decisions that are looking good, and some of them are difficult to make, but he seems to make it the right one because we are winning, so he can't really complain. The game against Liverpool, I don't feel the 4-0 was fair, but at the end of the day, you lose 4-0, you lose 4-0. Okay. So I just feel like we've lost 3-1 to Liverpool before and played worse. The 4-0 just seemed a little harsh, but it's fine. It's a good lesson for the boys to learn and know that they still have a long way to go. Little mistakes against big teams get punished. So you got to learn that early and fast enough. The coach made some decisions that were a lot of people were expecting Tierney to come back, but they got to come back into the midfield to give us more midfield presence. But it doesn't matter. You lost the game, move on to the next game and figure something out. So from what I said, what he's trying to do, apparently the way they're attacking it, they're going straight with the culture of the players, the culture of the team. It's building for the long term. So I can't complain. And for me, as far as they finish in top six, it's okay. If they finish top four, then I would say throw the checkbook at Arteta, give him a big new contract. But as far as they finish top six, I'm fine. Because I feel like anything below that, then what are we doing here? So that's why I see it.
Okay. Who has been your good points? Let me ask a second question. Who has been Arsenal's best player for the past
best player this season? Let's remove the first 3 games because those 3 games don't count for now. I don't
Why
want.
did they count?
The league is good things
Because they give me nightmares. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to have nightmares. I want to move. I like positivity. So
Okay.
from game 4, I would say, I mean, the top candidates are people like Ramsdale, Gabriel, and maybe Emil Smith Rowe.
Okay.
But I would say Gabriel because physically strong. I mean, Ramsdale is catchy because he's making fancy saves and he's very outgoing and very loud and very commanding, which is good. But I feel like Gabriel has been, I mean, showed this last season. He had a dip when he got injured and COVID, but it looks like this season he's back, steady, strong, and doing his thing. So I like him so far. I would say he's been the best player this season for now. But I mean, it's pretty close. Ramsdale has been very good too. MSP Pro has added goals to his game, so you can't complain about that. But yeah, I'll take Gabriel for now.
Okay.
Because we are a defensive team. We don't score many goals. We keep a lot of clean sheets. We don't score many goals.
Okay, and that's that for me. And so I'll just give my thoughts quickly. I'll use your output to segue to my thoughts about Arsenal. I personally think that's kind of where Arsenal will fall short.
It's possible.
Yeah, because this is the defense is very important. We know that for sure. But I feel like when you are slinging it out with a couple of teams, especially for that position, right, at that level, I think the thing that will eventually matter at the end, at the very end, will be goals. I do not see enough goals in Arsenal over a long stretch, especially if, I'm going to put a caveat, if Arsenal are slinging for that fourth position with Manchester United, I don't see enough goals in Arsenal. I just don't. That's why I think they will fall short. Is the goals because they look like a team that during this stretch of games, the Christmas games, 3 days every day, back to back, when everything starts getting like, because everybody played 3 games before Champions League and Europe resume in February, when niggles and knocks start coming in, and Partey doesn't seem to be somebody that is durable. So far, he has not shown us that, right? Maybe it can be now. They lose Partey for like a couple of games. They look like a team that will have a lot of draws here and there. Because that midfield, so once Partey is not there, that midfield looks like I-10 Expressway. It's open. People can just run through it. and once your midfield is open like that, and you don't score many goals, I see a lot of drop points. That's what I think is going to affect us now.
So what I'll say about Arsenal attack is that on paper, they look like they have good attacking players.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they've not found a way to unlock the potential as a team. And rightfully so, Arteta focused first on defense.
Yeah.
And then it's building, which is the way to build a good team. You want to start back, stop shipping in goals, and then build to the front. So that whenever if your strikers know that, okay, the defense will keep a clean sheet, they can score. Even with 1 or 2 goals, you can win games. So, Man U was struggling in terms of a few years ago, and he just brought in Bruno, and it seemed like everything just clicked attacking wise. Yeah. So Arsenal need that kind of click, either from a signing or from growth from one of their young players.
Correct, I agree.
Just unlock everything, because that's what Bruno just came, and I watched Bruno talking, and I was like, "What's going on? Who is this guy?" Because everything just seemed to unlock when he came. That's true. So Arsenal need something like that, because on paper you have Aubameyang, you got Lacazette, you got Pepe, you got Saka. I mean, they're all good players, but there's just something missing in a link somewhere. So if they can find it somehow, maybe it's Odegaard, I don't know. But if they can find out somehow to just link it all together, then there's potential of more goals. But for now, they're going to defend, like keep a clean sheet against very smaller teams. And I mean, there are only 3 big teams now, like you said, but there are 15, 16 medium to 4 teams. So if you can keep beating those medium to 4 teams, you can easily finish 4th, 5th, or 6th, or whatever you need to.
Okay. Last question on Arsenal. I'm going to let them, the other guys give their thoughts. This is my opinion, personally. I think we got to the point, see the question going on, scrolling by. I think we should just get to the point and understand. I think Aubameyang and Lacazette have declined. That's my opinion. They have.
I don't think many Arsenal fans would disagree with you. Aubameyang's game was based on pace and all that, and obviously a little bit slower. Lacazette in his last 6 months of his contract or 7 months of his contract, so he has one eye on the door. Yes, he's been playing well for a few games, but the future is not with them. That's pretty clear. Aubameyang has 1 year left of his contract at the end of this season. I expect Laka to go at the end of this season, and I expect Oba to go at the end of next season. So the future of Arsenal is not with those guys, but we have to help. They have to help us get to where we can. Because if Arsenal can make fourth, it improves the potential of players we can buy,
Yeah.
and that's what they need to help us with for now. They are not the future, but we're paying them big money, so they need to help us get to where we want to get.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the way it is. Yeah,
You
they have
think they
obviously declined. There's
you
no
think
doubt
they
about it.
can? You think they can get you to
I
fourth
think they
position
can. I think
this
they
season?
can because it's all. I mean, like I said, I told you this from the beginning a few weeks ago, a few months ago when we talked. That it all depends on Man U. Man U has. I mean, the squad Man U has. I mean, Arsenal should not be struggling with Man U.
I agree.
But if Man U don't want to shape up, then Arsenal will take the spot. It's up to you to shape up. So if Man U doesn't shape up, then Arsenal, Tottenham will feel like they can take that fourth spot. So as far as Man U don't get their acts together, then it's there for the taking.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
Kwame. Thoughts
Uh,
about
do I think
Aubameyang and Lacazette if they
oh,
decline
Aubameyang
more?
and Lacazette?
Yeah.
Aubameyang is dead food, bro. Listen, that chance he missed. I think the only reason we're not talking about that chance is because they won the game.
Yeah.
Because at that time the game was still 0-0.
Yeah.
I don't. This is not a one-off. This is not like Salah missing a chance. No. The goals have been drying up for Aubameyang lately. Lacazette, did he ever really, get firing for Arsenal since they signed him? I don't know. So I think Aubameyang not firing for Arsenal is more telling for Arsenal than Lacazette not firing, and that's why Arsenal will finish outside the top 4 this season. This surge are going on. It's good. It looks cute. But again, it is Arsenal. It is Arsenal. They will get to that point where they just can't seem to get the results. It always happens every season. They will say that we're not playing European football, and that can help us. Nah, I don't think that's an advantage because the squad is not deep. They have Bukayo Saka is injured. He's gonna have surgery on some muscle issue, right? I don't see them staying fit for long, especially when they're playing 3 games in that Christmas, New Year's period.
Yeah.
So I see them finishing outside the top 4. They will finish top 6, but not top 4.
Okay.
And can
Go
I
ahead, Tony.
say something? Yeah. About Aubameyang and like I said, so and let me just use Chelsea as an example. So yes, we missed Werner and Lukaku for a while, but then we have defenders scoring pretty almost every week in and week out.
Yep.
Well, we have midfielders stepping up sometimes.
Yep.
With Arsenal, you don't have that much. Mostly they're relying on Lacazette, Aubameyang, Saka,
Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe, and I don't even know any other players that are scoring are stepping up, and now that Saka's gone, and if Partey gets injured, like there was one time that Partey was injured, and like I said, the midfield just was Arsenal was just wide open, woeful, and it was a free for all. They didn't know what they were doing. So, and to be fair, Partey is not really the same from when he was at Atletico. Yeah. So I mean, he's come here, and I guess he's seen the British life, and he's chopping the money, but it's just but I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, he's not like when he was at I feared him when he was at Atletico. Like I was like, wow, this is a top notch player. Like he was always bossing the midfield. And again, even like for Dembo, I even feel going back to real quickly to the United game today versus Chelsea, we missed Conte, his interceptions, and he driving forward. Again, he has scored 2, but again at Arsenal, most of it is just relying on Aubameyang and Lacazette. And again, Lacazette, I don't like Kwame said, he's never really. He never really has taken off since he came from Leon or was it or the team. And like I said, he's good, but unfortunately he's just declining. And so right now I think it's just this Arsenal phrase that we're seeing. They're gonna try to play well against the smaller teams, but against the bigger teams, yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
And let's not forget, Newcastle were a number 20 on the table. I think.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, they were expected to win that game, even at home. Otherwise they would have been booed off, and it would have been a recycle of the old stuff again.
That's true. Let's take this comment before you go. Hold your comment, Ovi. Let me take comment from Dana. Said Oba signed that contract, and that was it. Okay. My God,
that paycheck, and he was like.
No, I think that's a little bit unfair on Oba. I would just say, players that deal with pace or that rely on pace, as they get older, sometimes they decline. When that decline happens, nobody can pinpoint the exact. You have to be 30, or you have to be 29, or you have to be 31. It happens, and it's going to happen. Aubameyang has never been the technical play striker. He has never been the whole ball to your bag. He's not that kind of striker. We know he's the guy who uses the space to get into positions where he can tap the ball into the net, right? So if that pace is not available, or the team is not able to create chances for him, he's going to struggle. Yeah. So the team as a whole, like I said, we need someone to unlock the potential that we have. But the team is struggling in terms of creating chances. That has been asked. And after that, he's still learning stuff on the job. What I would say, like I said, I'd rather you start from the back and build to the top, rather than start from the front and build backwards. So he's doing the right thing. It will come with time. It could either be from Saka and Emis getting older, or we will have to find that special player you buy that will change it for us. In terms of Laka was bought to be the first choice striker over Giroud, right? But after seeing him for a few months, within 6 months, we had bought Oba because it was pretty clear that this guy was not going to be your 25, 30 goal striker. So they saw it early and they brought in Aubameyang. So I think that was one thing I said. We thought we were getting Laka, we're getting a 25, 30 goal striker. But I think the club immediately realized after a few months that this guy is not going to get you that. So they brought in Aubameyang. So Laka, some games he can play well with Oba. He's a good fighter. He can hold up play and link up other players. But I feel like what Arsenal need now is a combination of Laka and Oba as the one striker. That's what they need. A striker that has the pace of Oba and has the hold up play of Laka. That's what they need. But
Vlahovic, right? Is that what people are going for?
Is good, but it's not going to be possible. Everybody wants to buy Vlahovic.
Yeah,
the only one who can buy Vlahovic is if we're fourth or something and we're in Champions League. Then you can start talking. That's why I said.
Oh, you know what, Ovi? I don't like when people say that. Oh, if we didn't get Champions League, we can't buy this, because where he is at, he's in Fiorentina right now, right? They're not playing Champions League.
No, I'm not saying. Yeah, he's there now, but he's going to go somewhere. Like, I don't know if you heard, there are rumors like club are trying to reach out to him, and he are not responding to the calls because there's a rumor that there's a big club that already has an agreement with him.
Correct.
Oh, really?
So you can just come now and say, I'm not bringing Europe, but that club I'm sure already has Champions League waiting for them.
Yeah, this is Milan are interested.
Yes, that. So it's not. I'm not just saying that because of it, just because I'm not considering what we're reading about the player. This is a player that Juventus is looking at. The same thing we talk about Locatelli. I don't know about Locatelli, but Juventus has gone behind. Oga wants you. And that's the end of the matter. Yeah. You can talk on the money you want to, unless you're offering triple what they're offering him or so. I mean, that's the only way you can get him. And Arsenal is not going to do that. So I said, it's unlikely we're going to get that kind of player. Unless maybe in Champions League. Just like, I love Haaland. Odegaard is from Norway. Does it mean Arsenal can buy Haaland? No. Because the club looking at him will offer you as much money as we can offer and more stuff.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, Vlahovic is the closest to Haaland we can in terms of ability and age and everything. But even Haaland, even if Vlahovic, you still have clubs like Juve that can compete with Madrid and co. Looking at that kind of player. Yeah. And if they are in Champions League, then you have for you to now pull that player away. But I mean, I'm just saying, we need a big, strong, fast, good holder player. Before I buy that Nick, I'll rely on our youth player I'll take whatever the guy can give me and go with that. But yeah, that's what we need. We need a defining striker because our strikers are declining. We need a world class or soon to be world class striker. take
Okay.
us forward.
Okay, let's move on.
That's
Let's
what
move
we
on. Let's talk about the man that's coming to terrorize the EPL. That's making everybody, club. We call him tactical RR. Cup of shaking. That is a good manager. He's not going to have time. People are shook. All the managers are shook. Shook ones everywhere. Even Tolu is scared that this guy is coming. Okay, let's start with Oga comments. This is a United fan. What specifically do you expect to see about
you have T squared? You have T squared? I have R squared, bro. Man like Rolls Royce of a manager. What are you telling me, bro? This man is a mentor to Thomas Tuchel, to Jurgen Klopp, to Julian Nagelsmann, bro. Go and sit down. Just sit down. Don't touch it. This guy is the professor that wrote the textbook on wrestling. We're about to change. Our life is going to change. Listen, if this was like a church, I would have a mic and be giving testimony. Because this is the most footballing decision Manchester United has made in a decade.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy. I saw that news and I'm like, nah. Ornstein what's his name? What's that guy's name? Ornstein with the Athletic? Is that his name?
Yeah,
David Ornstein? I'm like, you're lying. It's a lie. Because it makes no sense that United has this much sense. Right. So I'm happy. I am so happy. I know it's a 6-month interim, it's interim sentence, but what I'm more happy about is that he's going upstairs. He is going to be, I know it's a consultancy role. Yeah. It's not director of football, it's not technical director, but I want to believe that the consultancy role is like consulting, for the board. For them to understand the intersection between football and finances and just managing the club well. So I am extremely happy, and also he's going to be involved in picking the next permanent manager.
I hope so.
That's a very shrewd appointment, even though it's not official. I need them to announce it. That's a very shrewd appointment by Manchester United. In terms of I still have fears, of course, because hey. I've been a United fan way too long to get carried away.
Yeah.
My fear is that one, he hasn't coached that much, in the last 2 years. He left Leipzig and he hasn't really had an actual coaching job. Yeah. He has more work like upstairs and stuff. But I'm sure I don't think that's much of a problem. The bigger problem is, how sometimes the person who wrote the textbook may not necessarily teach the class well.
Yeah,
right.
Correct.
There are some people who are great at just, writing textbooks, but when they get into the classroom, you're like, bro, you're a terrible teacher.
They can't pass information on.
Yeah. They can't pass on the information. I hope Ragnick can do that. And I hope he can do that specifically with this Manchester United team, especially when he's coming into it's a war zone at Manchester United. You have no time to think. So that's one of my fears. Secondly, my second fear is this. I think there might be a lot of injured players in his first few weeks at United because these guys, like I said, the only thing they know how to press, is
PG. This is a PG show.
We'll keep it PG, right? Because of that, they're going I'm anticipating so many injuries. But that fear has been mitigated by one video. By the way, I've been watching so many Ragnick videos. I'm just on YouTube. Ragnick, everything. So
that's good.
There was one interview he was giving when he said in about 10 years ago, like 2011, 2012, he had some coaches, some fitness coaches come in, and they pretty much gave them data on how much running was ideal for the players in coaching. So they'll be like, so this coaching session, they can't run more than 6,000 meters. Anything more, you're risking an injury. So maybe with that kind of, data that empowers him, he might be able to instill this pressing mentality without risking too many injuries. But again, listen, these men have been on vacation, especially Harry Maguire and them, right? They've been on vacation. That pressing thing, there will be so many in training on Monday. So much of that. But Ralf Ragnick, our lives are about to change. That's all I'm gonna say. Our lives are
Okay.
about to change. As Manchester United fans, we'll start seeing smiles, and there's gonna be a systemic change very soon.
Okay. Tolu, let's let the haters chime in. Tolu, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and I looked at Thomas Tuchel's press conference when that announcement was made, and he was given high praises. Now, even though it's a 6-month interim position, what I don't want Manchester United do, like how other teams do, is make a knee-jerk reaction. Maybe let's say he wins the first 16 games and he wins now till April, and bam, you've given him the job. I don't know if that, because that's what they did with with Solskjaer and even I think even Arteta, and those kind of decisions are just kind of like knee-jerk reactions. Like, oh, he knows the team out, and bam. Because I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some mishaps along the way. I'm very sure he's gonna be looking at tons and tons of videos that maybe he'll be able to reform Fred. Because when Fred plays for Brazil, the guy's a beast. For some reason, when he played United, that combination of McFred, Tomine, and Matic, who knows? Maybe he will figure something else out. Maybe that's not going to work for him. Maybe they're not going to see as much playing time. Maybe someone else will see much playing time. And like you said, there are a lot of injuries, so he's going to have a lot to work with. But then I looked at even Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp's press conference, right, giving high praises for this man. So it's going to be a fun time for United, and I'm actually happy that they're let me rephrase that. It was a sad day for football 2 weeks ago when Ole was
Whoa. Please personalize your sadness. It was a happy day over here.
but yeah, because there were times where any team that goes to Old Trafford is getting slammed, and now it's more like a playground. It was like a playground for the longest time, and good things come to an end.
Listen, Old Trafford is a brothel. Old Trafford is a brothel right now. You come in, you're scoring.
Exactly. So, it looked like he's going to come in. And again, I just don't want United to make a rash decision and be like, okay, since, we're going to give him the role after he's won X amount of games, and then it leads, it's just kind of like a recycled stuff over again. So
yeah, we've learned.
Okay. Daniel responded and said, no, that won't happen, Tolu. He won't take the job permanently. He wants to go upstairs. Yeah, I think
he does want to go upstairs.
That's the general plan. Ovi, what are your quick thoughts?
Well, I mean, like Tolu said, it was a sad day a couple of weeks ago. And we had Ole was leaving. We all loved the man, the legend that Ole was.
Comrade, my response to that is Comrade Ranieri on the studio. Respect to Comrade Ranieri.
At the end of the day,
he's a legend.
He's a legend in my books. Ranieri is my legend now.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to blame Liverpool and Watford. Other teams, they're beating them 2-1, and this people went down giving 5 and 4. Why don't you keep it bonded? Keep this man. Let everybody enjoy the man together. But they got carried away, and we are all going to suffer for it. But yeah, I mean, Ragnick on paper, like everybody says, is Gengen pressing master and all that, and we'll see. I just feel like, how much can you change a team in 6 months, though? I mean, it's a good sign, obviously, for my mind. You can't do anything. I mean, anybody you bring now, there's nothing. I mean, but I feel like yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, but it doesn't work that for everybody. Some managers come in and they won't work. So I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, obviously they're going to run more because I think Maya is one of the lowest running stats at the moment.
Yep.
So that's going to change, obviously, if nothing else. But yeah, there would be improvement. I don't doubt that. I mean, he'll do what he has to do. Hopefully they finish 5th or 6th or something. And then you bring in, who do you want to bring in? Carrick or Pochettino, whoever it is, bring him in. And then we'll continue again. Continue again. But yeah, I mean, on paper, the people who know him, the German guys know him and they know he's the top dog. But let's hope it doesn't work out for him too well. And
why are you so evil?
I want us not to finish in 4th place.
We shall swear now.
So, and the only way that can happen is if Man U does their thing. So that's why I'm hoping for it to continue. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Gengen Pressing Master, they're going to work hard. They're going to have to run, and it might not be. It should take some time for them, at least a few weeks, but eventually you should see some progress with that. And yeah, I mean, everything is lined. It looks like Pochettino is the main man you guys want, so they will probably try again in the summer and see how that goes. If not, get back Carrick.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? The people who will actually thrive under Ralf Ragnick, Fred, because running.
Yeah, exactly. Fred will be very fine under Ragnick. Fred is a runner. Like Tolu said, he plays well for Brazil. And I always use that to mock my Man father. Fred is a star. He plays for Brazil national team. Take me seriously.
I actually think we'll continue to see Fred.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, he's a good worker, so I think they'll be fine. You just need more class around him and a better setup, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good on paper for Man U. I mean, you couldn't have done much better in this now. Who else could you have gotten? So he's one of the best you could have gotten for this short interim job. So yeah, good job to the board at last.
Okay, let me take quick comments, then I'll say my thoughts. Then we'll move on to the next topic. Ola DM these are our most sarcastic. These guys are most sarcastic supporter in the comments.
By the way, I know him. I know the useless boy.
Oh, you know him? Okay.
He was my roommate in school.
Oh, okay.
He's a Chelsea fan.
He's a Chelsea fan. Okay, no wonder you keep saying that.
And just a question. So for Fred, McTominay, and Matic, are there anybody that can deputize for them? And this is my question to you, Kwame. Is there anyone that can deputize for them? Should they be removed? Because I'm trying to understand why they were always the go-3 trio that was always selected in almost every game.
I mean, we have Van de Beek. Don't forget, we have Van de Beek. First of all. Is there any? There has been people to deputize for Fred and McTominay. Van de Beek was there. Matic was there. Only even benched Pogba sometimes. He even benched Pogba just to play the McFred. So I don't think. I mean, and they won't get injured. They don't. Fred doesn't get injured. McTominay rarely gets injured. McTominay had surgery, right? And the minute he started running. Straight into the first 11, straight. So I'm not worried about about McTominay and Fred getting injured.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't wish injury on anybody, but hey, I wouldn't be sad if McTominay got injured.
Daniel says Fred, yes, but McTominay is finished. Mark my words, he's done. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're forgetting one special player.
Who?
Phil Jones.
Please.
You know he was on the bench today.
Exactly.
I didn't know what that was about.
He's back.
I didn't know what that was about.
Had Bailey gotten injured today, because he usually does.
Yeah.
Injured
Jones has been back. I know he can play DM too. He can play DM. Don't forget.
He can. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. When Phil Jones came in, was it 2009?
It's been a long time ago.
2000 when Phil Jones came in 2009, I was like
2010. Came 2010.
Oh, okay. I was like, ooh, better than Varane.
I said that.
Guy. Sorry, that reminds me. Is Varane? Is he still injured?
He's still injured.
Okay.
So this is my quick thoughts about tactical Tommy. We're going to see a lot of pressing for sure. I think he has been reports coming out. He has been getting videos on the team, so he's already analyzing the players. Yeah. I saw it in the Telegraph. They've been sending video information to him. So he's already analyzing the team. We're going to see a lot of pressing. We're going to see a lot of rotations. He's going to rotate players. Because right now, I think his first task is for the next 6 months is to who is staying here next season, who is not long term, right? So I think that's probably the task he would have talked about with the owners. That's why they agreed to interim. I think that's the approach he's going to take. Of course, the first priority is top 4, right? They've not told him that. Top 4 is personal results first. The second priority is who is staying here, long term. So we're going to see a lot of pressing. We're going to see a lot of rotations. I think it's very interesting, the people he's going to drop and the approach he's going to take. I think it's going to be a team-first approach. I'm going to be very interested to see how it works, Cristiano Ronaldo, if he's going to take the same approach, where he starts some games, he doesn't start some games. That's what I expect. That's definitely what I expect. I expect better pressing, coordinated pressing.
Yes.
I expect better team defending regarding shape. I expect that too. What I'm concerned about is one, how Cristiano Ronaldo takes it, because there are going to be some mishaps, right? There'll be some mishaps along the road where maybe we bench Ronaldo, maybe we lose that game. How he's going to react in the dressing room? How the other players are going to react to Ronaldo reacting badly, if he does react badly. So dressing room dynamics is the first thing I want to see. Second thing I want to see is how he uses Pogba when he gets back in the team.
Yeah,
That's what if there's one thing I'm the most interested in when Pogba gets back in January, how he uses Pogba. Yeah. Pogba is at a disadvantage, and by the time he gets back in, Thomas Tuchel would have had like 4 or 5 weeks with the team on what he wants to do going forward, and Pogba now gets thrown in. It's like, Pogba is like an afterthought now. So I'm very curious to how he blends Pogba into that process. That's the second thing. My biggest concern is this: how the board, meaning the people he works with, Mutor, Fletcher, Woodward, the recruitment team, how they see him, how they perceive him when they're having transfer discussions into next season, how they perceive his ideas.
You mean whether they take his ideas seriously, whether they involve him in the transfer conversations? Yeah,
but more in the because they say he can come across as very condescending, right? Because he's a very smart person. So how the egos rub off, that's what my greatest concern is, that the egos in the board when they are deciding, okay, this person stays, okay, i.e., Ronaldo, you know what, we're going to have to cut our losses with this man. Meaning, this summer, we got to move him on and maybe go all in for like Haaland. If it comes with that kind of ideas, how do they look at it? Because he could say that and say, hey,
he can. Oh, yeah, he can.
Summer, let's cut our losses with this man and let's go all in for Haaland. Like, that's what we need to do. Let's try and get Haaland.
United is not doing that.
Leave Ronaldo in the blind. And if we get Haaland, let's cut our losses, Ronaldo.
You know what?
Because that's what I'll do.
He might even come in. Play Cavani ahead of Ronaldo.
So yeah, exactly. Those decision-making process, how they perceive it, especially if he makes that decision, the results are still topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
During that process, because the Premiership is very good this season.
Yeah.
I keep telling people are sleeping on that. The Premiership is, apart from those top 3 teams, which I think by the time we get to January, those top 3 teams would have created a gap from everybody. That's what I perceive that happening. Like there'll be like 6-7 points, then fourth, fifth will all be struggling and be trying to kill each other, like punching each other out. That's what so apart from those top 3 teams, the Premiership is very difficult this season. I keep telling everybody, the middle table teams, and they are stronger this season. They are stronger. They're attacking you. They don't care. They're attacking you now. They're defending better. They don't care. So, how are the board going to perceive the big decisions he makes or tries to make, and maybe the season is still topsy-turvy? Those are my 2 biggest concerns: his ego and the ideas he brings, and how do they perceive him. 2, if he makes big decisions, it doesn't work out. We call it teething problems. If those teething problems initially don't work out, how does the board look at it? Are they going to react to the fan base that will start? Because I guarantee you, bad results happen. The only sexuals are going to cut their heads are going to creep up. It's coming. I just mark this down. It's coming. Yeah. You have bad results, the only sexuals are going to creep up. Oh, we told you. The players, and they are going to come in the form of the players. The players are the problem. See this. Nothing has really changed. Blah blah. It's coming. I can see it coming. They did it under Solskjaer. The people that were backing Mourinho like to the end of the earth, it was happening. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Are the board going to stay firm and say, no, this is long term, this is what we're trying to do, this is the end goal? Those are my concerns. I think the last concern is, do the board really want to give this man power? Like, do they see him long term and say, okay, this guy, you are going to be director of football. Like, these ideas, we like it, we are going to give you power as director of football, rather than consulting. Because consulting simply means, some of us here are consultants, I think. Yeah. I'll give advice, whether you implement or not, left to you. That's what consulting means. Yeah. So that consulting, there's a slight red flag in my head. It's small. It's small right now.
Yep.
It's small, but the summer transfers planning will let me know if it's one of those things where it's like, oh, let's try this. Oh, this doesn't work. You see, we have tried everything. Let's go back to the bullshit we have been doing before. That's where I'm going to end with that. Let's move on to, because of time, predictions for top 4 teams. I went on predictions. First prediction I'm going to ask, since to lose your first time, I always like to do this. When people come on here first, I like to ask, who do you think, how the top 4? I know it's a long way out. How do you think top 4 is going to end in order? That's the first thing.
So for the top 4, I'm gonna be try to be very unbiased here, but obviously I like Chelsea with the defense. Defense is gonna be very key to locking down locking down the goal at the end of the season. So the way I see it, I would. I don't know, man.
Just give me order. Don't give me the reason why. Just give me who is your first, second, third, fourth. Just give me order.
All right. Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Manchester United.
Okay, Ovie.
Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Man City, Chelsea,
Liverpool, Arsenal. Okay. Okay, comment.
I think City's gonna win the title. Second, I'm torn between Liverpool and Chelsea for second. But just because of Chelsea's defense, I'm gonna put them as number 2. Liverpool number 3. Man United number 4.
I'm sorry, Obi, and who did you say your number 4 was? Because I heard you said Chelsea, Liverpool, and you said Arsenal?
Yeah, Arsenal.
And then who was 4th?
No, Arsenal is 4th.
Okay, so it's Chelsea.
Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. I would have said Liverpool or Chelsea, but Liverpool, I feel like African Nations Cup will affect them. They're losing Salah money for a month. That should affect them a bit. I don't like Chelsea, so I'd rather Man City win.
Okay. and don't forget, Chelsea will also be losing Mendy for about a month.
Yeah, but just Mendy. I mean, Kepa is coming in. Kepa is fine. That's why I said second. So Man City first.
Okay.
I feel like they will be able to be fine, and then Chelsea and Liverpool will lose some pace in that period, and then they will be second and third. So, and of course, Arsenal will sneak in. Since Man U are deciding to sleep this season, we'll just sneak in at the last, collect the 4th place.
Okay.
I'll stick to mine like I did. The only thing that's going to change my second position, I think Chelsea is going to win the league. It's going to be very close between the 3. I think Chelsea will win the league. I think Liverpool is going to come second this time. And I think Man City will be 3rd. I think United will sneak in. We'll sneak in at the death. I think we'll sneak in at the death and come 4th. But it's going to be a tussle. And that's because we made the change now. If we had waited till like December to make that change, it would have been tougher. We made the change now. So
can I say one thing? What I don't think this will happen this season is, the 10-point gap. I think it's going to be very, very close. It's going to be maybe 3 or 4 points because right now everything is still neck and neck, and there's no one that's going to build that tame gap like last season. City had I forgot who won that. We had that 10-point gap or whatever. That's not going to happen this. It's going to be so close with everybody firing on all cylinders that it's not going to be that. The usual 10-point gap by January or February. It's going to be very close because with so many games coming in December and, Champions League football coming back after the break and FA Cup and Carling Cup, people are going to be in the cup finals. So it's going to be tough. It's not going to be those, 10-point gaps here, 15-point gaps like other leagues. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go to our final section. Before we go to our final section, quick prediction for El Tritaco next week. On Thursday, not next week. This Thursday.
Thursday.
Man United Arsenal. Ovi, since you have raised your voice, you've raised your chest now. So tell us the prediction. Man United Arsenal. Quickly, prediction.
My heart says.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I hate this.
Arsenal.
Edging. Okay.
My head says 1-1. So I'll go with my heart. 2-1 to Arsenal.
2-1 to Arsenal. Okay. I got Kwame.
2-0 Man United.
Oh wow. Big chest. Big chest. Tolu?
Yes, Cardi B seconds.
Yeah, I'd go the same 2-0. I don't know. I'm not seeing who's going to be scoring for Arsenal really, and unfortunately, yeah, it's
2-0 who?
2-0 to United rather. That's
Oh,
what I
okay,
said, right?
okay.
Yeah, 2-0. Sorry. Yeah, 2-0 to United.
Okay. I think we win 2-1. 2-1. We always concede. We've conceded like the last 25. Yeah, we always concede those. We hardly keep clean sheets. So I think we'll concede, but we're going to sneak it 2-1. I just think Arsenal are going to fall in that trap of like sitting deep. Ronaldo, I see like a Ronaldo winner for Arsenal sitting deep, like a Ronaldo header or something. Sancho has come alive, so that helps us a lot. Both of our wings are now effective. Everything before was like Beyonce settings. To the left. That's what we have. Everything to the left. Manchester United was Beyonce settings. To the left, everything to the left. But now there's balance now. Sancho waking up on that right now has changed things a little bit. So yeah, I think we'll win 2-1. We'll sneak it. It's gonna be a sneak 2-1 win. Ronaldo winner. We go to our Donkey of the awards.
I like that. That's my guy right there.
3-0 Arsenal. Get out of here, Ola. That's what Kudos are Donkey of the Week quickly. So Tolu always do Kudos Donkey of the Week weekly awards based on who do you think, whether it's moment, player should get Kudos for the week or Donkey of the Week.
Well, for Donkey of the Week, for definitely Jorginho for that mishap today. So definitely Donkey of the Week on that. I mean, that may be harsh, but
it's a penalty. What are you talking about?
That's
what I'm saying. So I'm giving the Donkey for the week for that, but the Kudos for the penalty.
He gets both of them. Okay, fair enough. He gets both
the Kudos and the Donkey.
He gets both awards. Fair play. Ovi, do you have an award for anybody? Kudos?
Yeah, Kudos. I'll say Arteta, young man. If he had lost, the criticism would have been very bad. So I knew Newcastle are yet to win again, but you still have to win them, because if you don't win them, you know what's going to happen. Yes. So he won them. Good for him. My Donkey House club, he was busy fighting with.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Mane. We all love Mane. He's a beautiful player, but he leaves elbows and knees on people. And I think that was right in saying, hey, this your player is playing rough. He's giving. I mean, it worked for them. The crowd became gingered and they ended up winning the game. Fine. But I'm saying, what I like what my coach did, you have to defend your team. And so I would say him. But I mean, he knew what he was doing. He needed something. The Liverpool team was looking flat. The stadium was looking flat, was sounding flat. And after that, they seemed gingered up, which is fair play to them. They won the game. But hey, I can't think of anybody else. It was a quiet week.
But quick question, sorry. Fair play to Clark, because I didn't see much in that elbow that was said Mane gave to. Yeah, I didn't see much in that.
No, it's not much, but what do you want the coach to do? You come to Anfield, you're gonna fight for everything you can get. Okay. What do you want him to do? Just looking at just say, hey, oh, that was a nice play. No, he's got to fight. Like referee, see this. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You got to inch your way into the decision. All the whining Fergie did, you think he didn't give him advantage at the end when we were giving him decisions? Because you have to whine the refs. If the ref feels like he made a mistake, the next play, he might give you the advantage. So that's what you have to do. It's just part of the game. So I feel like this guy is coming and I got to fight. Hey, refs, see that. So that's just normal. I'm gonna say you have to do that as a coach, as a player. Otherwise, you see Barcelona players, they crowd the ref, they run, because if you don't blow that one, the next one you probably will blow. So it's just the dynamics of the game. So I'm just saying I was just saying, hey, this is what's going on. And he wanted to jump into Arteta's own area, because I'm like, why are you doing that? That has nothing to do with you. He's just doing what he has to do. Any coach is going to do that, because your player is coming and says, I mean, the 50-50 challenge, but it's coming to Anfield. Anything we get from Anfield is a bonus. So he's going to do anything he can do. And he's like, referee, this guy is playing too physical. Give me a yellow card. Maybe to calm him down. Something. So that's what I'm just saying. That I don't see why clubs should not want to enter into Atletico's area. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did give him a yellow card for that?
They gave both the yellow cards.
They gave both of them a yellow card.
Yeah, because they started fighting and throwing words at each other.
Okay, Kwame, quickly.
I thought when Ovi mentioned Klopp, I thought he was going to talk about Klopp's comment about African Cup of Nations, but
Well, I didn't do that.
yeah. Klopp's comment, I didn't think it was. Anyway,
It's just it's translation. I don't think that's
it's a translation. It's a translation thing. Yeah. So kudos of the week. I'm giving it to my boy Sancho. You know, man is saucing all over the place. Man, this man is going to thrive so much under this new coach. So
I told them they were doubting me.
Okay. The Sancho slander was out. They were out in full force. They're talking about
I'm coming.
It's like Pepe. It's a flop.
I'm coming. I'm coming for them. They know themselves. I'm coming.
Donkey of the week. I have two of them. Number one is Paul Merson. I think Paul Merson like talks so much shit, you would think he slept in the toilet. Like this guy is always chatting rubbish, talking about what has Ralf Ragnick done? Has he ever managed in the Premier League? You know, that is that British elitist mentality that is killing English football. You know, it's stupid. It's stupid. It needs to sit down and just stop talking. They need to disconnect his microphone.
Yeah. Second
donkey, Roy Keane. And Roy Keane. I'm just sick and tired of Roy Keane's, like you said, he's like grumpy uncle vibe that he gives. It's just
act. It's an act. I don't take him serious anymore.
Well, he needs to quit it because it's not attractive. Because this guy stays blaming players, and for anybody who wants to blame players, right? Talking about they're not good enough to play for Manchester United. They don't look like they're playing for the manager. They're not good enough for the badge. The jersey's too heavy on the. These are the same players who dug Ole out of the mud so many times before he finally got sacked.
Yep.
So these guys are literally complaining that the players could not do the manager's job for him. That's what Roy Keane is complaining about. Against Atalanta, the players dug him out. Against Villarreal, the first time, players dug him out. Against West Ham, De Gea dug him out. Against Wolverhampton, was it Southampton? No, Wolverhampton. Players, like so many times, these players have shown that they can play for the badge. They've shown that they're playing for the manager. They've shown that they can dig him out of the hole he has dug for himself. Yet, it's the player's fault. Yeah. They need to sit down. They need to take a chill pill. They need to stop talking.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm done with it.
100%. Kudos of the week. I have two. Diogo Jota, Liverpool fan. I know I'm a United fan, Liverpool player. I don't care. I try to be as objective as I can. Yeah. He doesn't play as much minutes. He was in and out of the team last season. Same here because of Firmino is the number one person. But really, anytime Firmino is out. Oh no. I said Firmino is the number one. No, Firmino is the number one person.
Oh, okay.
Anytime Firmino goes out, he just slots in like he's been playing. He's been starting the team since yesterday. Yeah. I mean, that for me, that's so amazing. When I watch him, I'm like, this guy plays like, he's been with this team for the last 4 or 5 seasons. People forget he just came last season. He slots in and he understands this.
That's what happens when a manager makes the team so plug and play-ish.
Yeah.
You just plug and play. That's it.
Yeah. System over player. I respect his ability to just slot into teams and boom, just does the business. So second, kudos is the man called Jamie Vardy. Season in, season out, we write him off. Oh, it's finished. Oh, this, that. Oh, it's old. Saves them again. Comes up with the trump. Anytime they need to get dug out of the mud, Jamie Vardy. He's on 9 goals already. Only Salah scored more goals than him in the whole league.
Wow.
He's on 9 goals. Despite Leicester being in the mud.
Yeah.
Like Leicester are like in the mud, they're buried, but he keeps performing. Yeah. So he gets my kudos. Last kudos is actually United board. I criticize them a lot. I've been the most critical United fan that I know in my friends group of United board for the last 4 or 5 years. But this decision they made is one decision at least. It looks like they're looking long term, so I respect that.
Yeah.
Donkey of the week. My first one is Harry Redknapp. He needs to get it. He too has been on. Oh, United should have given Carrick the job while they hired Ralf Ragnick. He said the same thing about Tuchel. I remember, protecting his nephew Lampard. Carrick too is his player, is his friend. Come on, just get off it.
Yeah.
Just get off it. We are tired of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Second one is Everton. Rafa Benitez. They're
Fraud
looking
watch.
clueless, no direction, losing left and right. They have their player. I mean, they've lost maybe Doucouré and Calvin Lewin, but they have their players back and they still look clueless, no direction. They just look horrible. When I watch them, I don't know what they're doing. So yeah. He gets my donkey of the week.
Real question. I think they kind of fell aside once the James left, because I think he was doing fairly well for them in terms of their goals, some of the goals scored, but after that, he said no one's really stepped up for Everton. So I agree.
Yeah. So that's my donkey of the week. Donkey of the week is Harry Redknapp and Rafa Benitez. They just look clueless.
Against Brentford today, they look dead.
Yeah. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you guys for coming, Tolu. Thank you for coming first time on.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for having me, man.
Ovi, as always,
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you for your time, Ovi. Oga Kwame, as always, watch out for the match reaction if you're watching. Like I always say, like, share, subscribe. Match reaction will be uploaded shortly for Oga Kwame. We'll be back here again next week after last couple of games. And we're out.
All right, guys.